right? You're thinking it's some crazy odd time prog rock thing, right? Not this groove of the week. This one's from 1959. Yep, Dave Brubeck's classic watershed album, Time Out, came out in 1959. That album is chock full of odd time swing. And this song is like the key highlight to it. It's called Blue Rondo a la Turk. The drummer is, of course, Joe Morello, one of the swingiest, smoothest drummers ever. His job was to navigate a swing tune in 9 and make it work. And he does it beautifully. And the reason I want to teach this to you today, it's not just so you understand how to play that song. It's to show you how they did it and why it could apply to any odd time or anything, really. Any grouping you want to make and have fun with. So let's have a look at this one today. So Blue Rondo a la Turk is in 9. It's a 4-bar pattern, okay? Now, we could count out all the notes and figure that all out, which is fine. It's going to equal 9 4 times. That's great. And we can do that, but we don't need to. And we don't need to do that because we need to use our ears and listen to the melody of the song, okay? It's very clearly labeled and stated in this song. It's literally that simple, okay? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Do the math. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Right? Bar 1, bar 2, bar 3. All exactly the same. Bar 4 is just 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. That's it. Okay? 4-bar pattern. First 3 are the same. 4th bar is just 3 groups of 3. Okay. What Joe does to make this work is brilliant, and it's super easy. As easy as 9 can be anyways. Okay, so 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Let's take a look at the first 3 bars. Okay, 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. We're going to go with our hands, literally 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. So every down or every 1 in this case is going to be on the cymbal. Every other note's on the snare. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. And suddenly you're playing the first 3 bars of this. And that's it. Bar 4 is just 3 groups of 3. 1 2 3, sorry, 3 groups of 3. Math. It's not my strong point. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, or 1 2 3 2 2 3 3 3 3 3 3 3. You get the idea, okay? So let's put it all together. I'll go a little bit slower so you can hear all this pattern as it sits. And again, remember, 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Say it with me. Okay, here we go. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Yes! That's it. You can do it. Told you. Now, want to add the bass drum in? All you got to do is mirror the ride cymbal. That's it, guys. Okay, so here's the other key thing you can remember when you're playing along, if you're listening to the song and you're stuck on this. Listen to the piano part closely. You'll notice there's a note that happens all the time that ties directly to those groupings. Ba 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 ba. You'll hear it really clearly, and that's all Joe is hitting with the ride cymbal and the bass drum every time. Ba 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 ba. That's it. Okay, so that's Blue Rondo a la Turk. Now, what's Blue Rondo a la you? All you have to do now is experiment with that. You can take that same pattern, so 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, right? So an easy way to mess with that is to take that right hand and move it around. It's pretty cool sounding, I think. You can do all kinds of other things with it too. You could phrase it differently, same pattern, but just how you phrase it on the drum. So maybe instead of the bass drum playing with the ride cymbal, maybe your hands play the ones, if you will, and the bass drum does everything else. It's kind of weird, but you could do that, right? There's all kinds of things like that you could do. how you use the toms. Right? And so it doesn't have to apply just to 9. Maybe you're doing something in 6 and 7, so that might be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Right? There you go. You can see how this works all over the place. 5, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Right? 5 and 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Right? You can play that till the cows come home. And I haven't even changed the sticking. Right? So there you go. Blue Rondo a la Turk. Have fun with it. Learn that. And then just see what you can do with it. And then I want to see your version of whatever you've figured out with it. Maybe a cool fill, a cool beat, anything. Doesn't have to be 9. Maybe explain what you created out of this by taking this idea and being inspired by it. So that's what I want to see from you guys this week, all right? And I want you to do it this time. I mean it. Share that video with me. I want to see it. Share it here. You can email me, krad@drumeo.com, whatever works for you. Until then, we'll see you next week.